Hello, Tottenham fans. I hope you're all doing well. Not been a bad week considering football wise. We beat Liverpool 1-0 in the League Cup to have one toe in the final. I wouldn't say 1 foot, I'd say one toe because we're going to Anfield. And we've got through the third round of the FA Cup just to Tamworth. Very poor performance, but we're through, so that's all that matters. Today, I want to talk about three players who I think Spurs should sign in this January transfer window. But the only problem is the ones I'm going to mention will probably be more likely for the summer. But if we could get them in now, this would proper elevate our season. So the first person I want to talk about is Liam Delap from Ipswich. I almost always say Rory Delap, and that's just showing my age because his dad is Rory Delap. I think he played for Stoke, and he's the guy with the long throw. I think I can't remember, but yeah, Liam Delap from Ipswich. He's 21 years old. He's 6'1". He's a proper number nine. Reminds me of Solanke, the way he holds up the ball. His main strengths are he's very direct with the ball. He's actually pretty skillful, a little bit like Solanke. He's good in the air. He's hold up when he's holding up the ball. He seems to wriggle out of tight spaces very, very well. Links up very well with the midfield. He has a good eye for a pass through as well for his teammates. And he's got a very good shot on him as well. He did a blinding shot. I can't remember who it was against, and it smashed the like crossbar and post at the same time, sort of thing. He scored now, I think so. He scored 8 goals and got 2 assists this season for Ipswich, which is pretty decent to be honest. He's basically a perfect number nine for us. Um, he's not super quick, but he's not super slow either. He can get about. He never stops running, which is another thing Ange Postecoglou really likes in the striker. He's non-stop pressing for 90 minutes. So basically, it'd be like having two Solankis. English as well, so that'll be another English quota covered. He never gives the defenders a breather. He always gives them a hard time. He gave us a hard time when they beat us 1-0. It would be a brilliant asset to have, especially when you're fighting on all four fronts at the moment. You have to play Premier League games, League Cup games, FA Cup games, Europa League games. If we could have another Solanke, basically, that would be ideal. Apparently, Juventus and Chelsea are looking at signing him. Spurs ain't even. There's been no news of Spurs looking at him, but I really think this is something Spurs should try and hijack. If Chelsea are trying to sign him, try and get in there and try and get him before. He looks like a class player. At 21 years old, he's only going to get better as well with more experience. I think Harry Kane was around 21 when he started blossoming, and Rory Delap looks like he's doing the same now. I don't feel like this position is priority at the moment, but if we could get him in the transfer window now, I would get him in ASAP before somebody else snaps him up. The second player I would definitely get in, and this is more of a priority position for me, and that is Douglas Luiz. Currently at Juventus, he's only just signed for them last season, I think, but he's not really getting played. So he's not really getting minutes. This could be one that maybe we could get him on loan till the end of the season with an option to buy. Um, this is a guy that I'd like to have an obligation to buy, but as far as Juventus are concerned, maybe Juventus want to hold on to him, but like loan him out for the season. And if he plays well, then they might want to take him back. But Douglas Luiz, he used to play for Aston Villa, so he's going to have a lot of Premier League experience, which is really good. He won't take that long to settle in, and he would fire on all cylinders straight away. He would be the missing link in our midfield, in my opinion. That monster six that we have just been begging for, basically, for the last 2 years. We need someone in front of that back four that can just protect that back four, and he's the perfect guy for that. He's good on the ball. He's strong in the tackle. He can even get a goal or two. He scored, I think, 8 goals in Aston Villa's last season. With his last season with Villa, it was pretty decent. His experience would be invaluable for the younger players like Bergvall and Gray, teaching Gray the ropes for the number 6 role. And speaking of Gray, I think Gray would eventually be the guy that moves into the number 6 role, and I think he would be outstanding in that position. He's come on leaps and bounds, playing out of position in right back, and he's played the last 8 games, I think, at left centre back, and he's excelled. And we've played some very good sides, and he's looked very comfortable. He's very comfortable on the ball. I think once he starts playing in the six, I would take him over Basuma any day of the week. But I think by getting in someone like Douglas Luiz will give us that strength and still, and Gray can learn from him, and they can share the minutes. But I just think Douglas Luiz would be a really logical signing for Spurs right now, even just getting him on loan. The third player I would get in is that that centre defender from Bournemouth, and I'll tell you why. That Zabani guy playing in centre back. He is rapid. He's. I think he was clocked at 0.8 kilometers slower than Van der Ven's fastest pace, which is very very quick. So we're basically getting two Van der Vens. So Van der Ven won't have to do all the sprinting back, and somebody else can do it for him. This Zabani guy is a very strong defender. He's getting a lot of links to other sides now. I think Chelsea, Man United, I think even not Arsenal, who was it? Chelsea, Man United. I think City were even looking at him because City were going to go for that Kushyanov player, I think. But I think they was looking at Zabani as well. Zabani is highly rated. But Spurs to get him in the January transfer window would be very, very difficult, considering Bournemouth are above us in the league. So would he want to go to a team that's lower down in the league? Maybe money will play a part in that. But would he want to play in Europe? Because he'll be able to play in our European squad. It's somebody that would be long term too. It's somebody, if like Romero leaves, Zabani can step in that position. I think he's right footed as well. He's over 6 foot. He's as like I said, very, very quick, good in the air, very strong player. Yeah, there's not much weaknesses to this guy. He's on the ball. I wouldn't say he's fantastic, but that can be taught, and he can learn more from playing in the Postecoglou system. Dragushin seems to have improved on the ball from when he first came in. Maybe that was just a confidence thing, but Zabani would be a very good thing to person to go for. And if we didn't go for Zabani, we need to go for someone with the same attributes as him. But Zabani, if he wasn't attainable in January, we should definitely be looking at him going into the summer. And obviously, centre back for me is a top priority position. I was looking also a bonus one for you because I did say 3 players, but a bonus for you would be Dorgu at left back, because we 100%. I think that out of all the positions is a top priority for us is a cover at left back. So your Dogi can be rotated and not played every single week. That's why he's getting injuries. Poro's getting outplayed all the time because Spencer's covering your Dogi and he can't cover Poro. So yeah, we definitely need someone like Dorgu is basically a version of your doggy. Loves going forward, very quick, very strong, good in the tackle. Somebody that somebody that is possible that we can get realistically. So we should be looking at him as well. And if we was going to push the boat out and probably go for a right winger or something like that, I'm not really sure. Tell you what, in the comments, let me know if we brought in a right winger, who would you bring in and why? And do you think Johnson should be a first teamer? Because in my opinion, Johnson is a much better gut player coming off the bench, impact goals. Because other than goals this season, he doesn't give much. When we're attacking, the front three, they don't mind it when the ball goes out to Johnson, because he doesn't really do much with the ball. And if Werner's playing on the other side, it's very easy to defend. So we definitely need that tricky winger, a winger that can put the ball in the box. Or if we're not going to end, if we spend money on the priority positions, like we've already got the goalkeeper now, centre back and left back, maybe we should put Porro on the right wing and let him play up there and put the crosses in, because we know he can cross the ball and we know he's got a good shot on him. So, but let me know in the comments who you would put in the right wing position if you put it in. But 3 players that I think would elevate our side is Zabani and Delap and Douglas Luiz. Let me know in the comments who you think would be the ideal 3 if we sign 3 players in this January transfer window. And come on, you Spurs!